our spines again today. Let's start with just some simple openings and closings. Gathering the chi from the universe. Receiving it deep inside. Finding that relationship between our wholeness and the wholeness that we are inside of. As we come down, let's focus on the central channel. Activating from byway through Senji Palace, to the throat, heart, Wunyuan Palace, lower Dantian, way in, the soles of the feet. This time as we take our mind down, let's follow our spine with our mind, out of our head and down our back. Seeing our spine's relationship in the entirety. And one more, uniting the central column and spine and our wholeness, our whole body. Bringing our hands back to our dantian for a moment. Recognizing the aliveness and the activation of the entire chi field. All the various groups within Zen and Qigong, all the practitioners and teachers. And what we want for ourselves and our spine. Lives that flow freely. Meeting any challenges with our best selves. Being flexible and fluid. Adaptable. And let's let our arms hang and rotate our hips so that our navel faces in one direction and then in the other. Feet are shoulder width apart. Now take the mental focus in on the vertebrae, let go of it being with the hips, and still keep the same kind of motion. Just pay attention to the vertebrae twisting. And let it get a little more relaxed and let your arms swing. Tapping the body, knocking with the hands on the body. Letting the backs and say hello to the kidneys. Letting the front hands say hello to the liver and the spleen. Let the front hand say hello to the stomach and the pancreas. And down into the intestines and organs of the reproductive. And then coming quiet. Feel your central column. And then let's do the caterpillar movement where we take Mingmen forward and let the spine respond, and then bring Mingmen back and let the spine respond like you were seaweed in the ocean or a gently moving flag. Feeling the sequence of the vertebrae move. Let your knees be bent. Just enjoy the lazy flow of your spine. The shoulders roll forward, roll back, hanging easy. Just let that slowly come quiet, still. Noticing. Such a simple movement. Now let's take the Mingmen and thus the hips to one side, and then the Mingmen and navel, and with it the hip to the other side. Just taking the movement back and forth, side to side with the hips. And letting the upper body respond. Getting a side bending. You can bend the knee of the leg that you're going, taking the weight onto if you want. I'm gonna let this movement get bigger and bigger. You can see what's happening with my hands, but see if you can keep the mind here in the belly. Dan Tian Chi sloshing from one side to the other. Your body staying flat on one line, one plane. Coming up higher with the armpit. Opening up the armpit. Exposing the whole side. Side stretch one way and the other. And then coming quiet, step by step. Rocking movements are very soothing for the whole energy system. Opening up the vertebrae and fluffing up the discs. Very healthy, massaging the whole nervous system. I want to do another variation of forward and back. This time we're going to open up this way, arching back, and then coming in forward and curling around. England. Open up, back, and curling forward, clenching tight, and then opening, expanding, releasing, and coming in. And one more. Open vast and come deep inside. Then relax. Bring your hands forward, palms forward, standing quiet. I'd like to just gently open your eyes and so you can see what I want to ask you to do. And then close your eyes again and make this with your mind. Take a ball of energy around in your chest in this infinity loop. First, just with your mind, taking an image like a ball of light and rolling it around inside your chest. Slowly, gently. Getting the energetic pattern. Bringing your feet together. So you can add a little bit of muscle and membrane tissue, and with your hands still at your sides, move through the pattern with more muscles and form engaged. Notice how your shoulder blades drop down. And relax. And just let the shoulders and the armpits participate. And then allow the elbows to come in. Just let your arms move freely with the pattern. Let's come quiet for just a minute and let the pattern quiet. And bringing the arms up into the normal position for this movement that we do in Body Mind Method. Play with the wave arms movement again here. From this loosening up, activation of the energetic pattern. See how relaxed you can be and flow through. And bringing your movements back to your center. Let's take our infinity loop. There she go. And turn it this way. And it's kind of, as we do Tai Chi balls, we're with the there's an infinity loop here. So play with just in this relaxed state of mind. Keep the arm in front of you. Let it be mostly an elbow and wrist activity. Just let your shoulder be engaged without having it be too big. Let's try the other hand. Watching the energy pattern rise from the lower dantian up to Senji Palace, through the heart. Feel the energetic loop inside your body. Slow it down if you want. We're going to trade hands again. Senji Palace, 21 Palace, lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian. We can do this very relaxing. And when we feel like it, we can see and experiment with the other hand, alternating with that. Keeping them in front, keeping it steady and easy. Mostly elbows and hands. I'm going back to just one, if you wish. Becoming quiet. And then you settle down, taking your legs hip width apart if you aren't there already. And just let's put our hands on our dantian and let the energy just come quiet down at the dantian or at the feet. If we think about our feet, we can bring the chi down. The chi naturally rises, and that movement naturally rises the chi. So to counterbalance that, we can just rest and think of the soles of our feet in a good standing meditation posture. then I want you to visualize that infinity loop here on a horizontal level inside your pelvis. Inside your pelvis, like this way. And just with your mind first, just with your mind directing the energy, make the infinity loop. Get the groove going, the pattern going with your mind. And then with small muscles, just small movements, begin to follow your mind with your body. Body responding to the mind's direction. Body responding to the mind's patterning. Lots and lots of small muscles in this area that can participate. Let it get a little bit bigger. Your knees are soft. I'm putting my hands on my hips so that you might be able to see a little bit better what one hip's doing. You don't need to stay with my sequence, but just forward and back on one side, the other hip's trailing, and then that hip leads and goes forward and around and back, and then pushes the other one. They're working together, one following the other, one leading the other. Let's open up our legs a little wider. Let there be more knee action and then more hip movement. Get even more stretching of the ligaments and tendons in the hip joint. More movement of the coccyx, sacrum. If you had a pencil on your coccyx, it would be writing an infinity loop in the sand beneath your legs, between your legs. Be easy on your knees. Let them get the nice, gentle rotation, the stretching. Easy on your ankles, but let them also get a good exercise of stretching and moving. You can let the weight move from side to side a little bit. Good, and coming quiet. Noticing. I'm bringing my legs in a little bit more closer to shoulder width now. I'm going to play with letting my hands manifest this pattern. Just let the arms swing with the hips, making a circle on one side and then the other side. Getting them linked up. And then as the hip goes forward, let the palm come forward. Good, good. Then leave one hand just at your navel or hanging, and let's make the upward spiral. With one hand. So as the hip comes around in the front, that hand comes off the hip and starts to climb up. As the hip comes back around to the center of the infinity loop, that's when the hand's at the top of the head. And then it comes back down as the circle happens at the other side. Just go slow enough, see if you can climb up. As the hip makes one circle, I'm doing it on the right side now, and then have the hand come down as the hip makes the circle on the other side. One side the hand climbs. The other side of the hips, the hand falls. Hip circle, the hand climbs. On one other side of the hips, the hand comes down. Relaxing. Let the hand just rest and be quiet inside your hips while the hips keep circling softly. Relaxing. This movement in itself is so healthy, so good for all the lower dantian, the bones, the joints, the legs. Just doing this movement is so beneficial. Building bone strength, joint strength. And when you're ready, next time that hip's going forward, let your hand rise. And when it comes back into the middle, let it fall. Or just flow with the movement. It doesn't need to be exact. We're just aiming in that direction. This is incredibly sweet, gentle, loving stimulation of our brain's capacity as well. Able to track vertical and horizontal movements. Simultaneously. Just allowing the patterns to find their own home together. If you want, playing with both hands together. I'm going to do it a little bigger. You can follow if you want or stay in whatever way is the most relaxing and challenging for you. You're and edges you can get to where you can still be at ease with Ms. Mington likes to say, comfortably challenging. And slowly bringing your movement smaller and smaller, and finding some graceful way to close. Coming into a standing meditation position for a moment. And simply observing the currents of qi in your body. Or the stillness. Whatever is. Bringing our hands into our navel. Feeling the chi field participating in every cell of our being, in every aspect of our mind, and our heart, and our body. Feeling the support that we're given from other dimensions. We are not in this alone. Bringing our hands together for a howla.